Sometimes, the strongest feelings are never spoken out loud. Not every man expresses interest through bold confessions or dramatic gestures. In fact, many men reveal their emotions in much quieter, more subtle ways. These signs are easy to miss because they don't look like the obvious romance we see in movies or social media. Instead, they appear in small behaviors, consistent actions, and emotional patterns that slowly build over time. When a man truly likes you, his feelings often show up in how he pays attention, how he treats your emotions, and how he makes space for you in his life. He may never say the words directly, but his behavior speaks for him. The problem is, many people overlook these signs because they are waiting for something loud or clear. They expect constant compliments, grand gestures, or dramatic declarations. But real emotional interest is usually calmer, steadier, and more intentional. Psychology shows that when someone is emotionally invested, their actions become more thoughtful and consistent. They listen differently. They remember details others forget. They respond to emotional shifts rather than just words. These behaviors aren't accidental. They come from genuine care. A man who likes you doesn't just want your attention. He wants your comfort, trust, and emotional safety. Understanding these silent signs can help you see situations more clearly. It allows you to recognize emotional presence instead of chasing validation. You stop questioning mixed signals and start noticing patterns. And most importantly, you learn to value consistency over intensity. Someone who truly likes you won't confuse you. His interest will feel calm, reassuring, and steady, even if he never says it directly. In this video, we'll explore 15 silent ways a man shows he likes you without ever saying it. These signs are based on emotional psychology, real-life behavior, and subtle cues that reveal genuine interest. As you listen, you may recognize these patterns in someone you know, or even understand past experiences in a new way. Pay attention to how these signs feel, not just how they sound. Because when feelings are real, they don't need to be announced. They show up quietly, consistently, and honestly. 1. He notices the smallest changes in you. When a man truly likes you, his attention goes far beyond the obvious. He doesn't just notice big things like a new haircut or outfit. He notices the subtle shifts most people miss. A quieter tone in your voice, a slight change in your mood, or the way your smile doesn't fully reach your eyes one day. This happens because emotional interest sharpens awareness. When someone matters to him, his mind naturally tracks patterns about you. So when something is even slightly different, it stands out. He may ask if you're okay, or he may gently adjust his behavior to match your energy without pointing it out directly. This kind of awareness isn't forced. It's instinctive. He pays attention because he cares, not because he's trying to impress you. Noticing small changes also means he's emotionally present. He isn't distracted when you talk, and he isn't just hearing words. He's reading between the lines. Even when you say, "I'm fine," he senses when you're not. That sensitivity shows emotional investment. A man who doesn't like you may overlook these details or dismiss them. But a man who does like you feels connected to your inner world. His concern comes quietly, often shown through gentle questions, patience, or small acts of kindness. These moments reveal that you occupy a meaningful space in his mind, even when you're not trying to be noticed. 2. He remembers things you said long ago. Memory is one of the clearest silent signs of emotional interest. When a man remembers things you said weeks or even months ago, it means your words mattered to him at the time. He wasn't just listening to respond, he was listening to understand. This could be a random story about your childhood, a fear you casually mentioned, or something you said you loved but forgot about yourself. When he brings it up later, often unexpectedly, it can feel surprising. But for him, it's natural. Emotional connection strengthens memory. The brain prioritizes information linked to feelings. So when he likes you, details about you become important. Remembering your words also shows respect. It tells you that he values your thoughts, experiences, and emotions. He doesn't reduce conversations to background noise. Instead, he stores them because they help him know you better. Sometimes he uses these memories to support you, like avoiding something that makes you uncomfortable or encouraging something you once said you wanted. He may never say, "I remember because I like you," but his actions reveal it. A man who isn't emotionally invested forgets easily. A man who is invested remembers without effort, because you already live in his mental space. 3. He checks on you without any real reason. When a man checks on you without a clear excuse, it's rarely random. A simple "did you get home safe" or "how was your day" may look ordinary on the surface, but emotionally, it carries weight. These messages aren't about gathering information, they are about connection. He wants to maintain a link with you, even when there's nothing specific to talk about. This behavior shows care and concern without demanding attention. He isn't trying to start a deep conversation every time. He just wants to make sure you're okay. That quiet consistency reflects genuine interest. He thinks about you during his day and feels the urge to reach out, even if he can't fully explain why. Checking in is also a protective instinct. It's his way of staying present in your life without crossing boundaries or being overwhelming. He may keep it casual, but the intention underneath is emotional closeness. Over time, these small check-ins build trust and safety. You begin to feel seen and remembered. A man who doesn't like you won't make this effort consistently, but a man who does will find reasons to connect, even when there's no obvious reason at all. 4. He listens more than he talks. When a man truly likes you, his focus shifts from being heard to understanding you. Instead of dominating conversations or constantly steering them back to himself, he gives you space to speak. He listens patiently, without interrupting, correcting, or rushing you to finish your thoughts. This kind of listening is intentional. It shows emotional maturity and genuine interest. He isn't waiting for his turn to talk. He's absorbing what you're saying. He asks thoughtful follow-up questions, remembers what you share, and responds in ways that show he actually processed your words. Silence doesn't make him uncomfortable because he values presence over performance. This behavior signals respect. He believes your thoughts matter. When a man listens more than he talks, it's because he wants to understand your inner world, your feelings, fears, opinions, and experiences. He learns how you think, not just what you say. Over time, this creates emotional safety. You feel heard, validated, and taken seriously. Many people confuse attraction with constant talking or impressing, but real emotional interest often looks quieter. A man who doesn't care listens selectively. A man who does care listens deeply. His attention is steady, calm, and sincere, showing that being connected to you matters more than proving himself. 5. He makes time for you even when he's busy. Time is one of the most honest indicators of interest. When a man likes you, he doesn't just fit you in when it's convenient. He adjusts his schedule to include you. Even during busy days, he finds small windows to check in, meet you, or simply stay connected. This doesn't mean grand gestures or constant availability. It means consistency. He doesn't disappear when life gets hectic. Instead, he communicates, reassures, and shows effort in realistic ways. Making time is about priority, not free hours. Everyone is busy, but we always find time for what matters. When he chooses you despite pressure, responsibilities, or fatigue, it shows emotional commitment. He values your presence and doesn't want distance to grow. This effort often comes quietly. He may shorten plans, stay up a little later, or rearrange things without making a big deal out of it. He does it naturally, not for praise. Over time, this reliability builds trust. You feel important, not optional. A man who isn't interested makes excuses. A man who is interested makes time. 6. He stays calm during your emotional moments. Emotional moments reveal a lot about how someone feels about you. When a man likes you, he doesn't get defensive, impatient, or dismissive when you're emotional. Instead, he stays calm. He listens, grounds the situation, and tries to understand rather than react. Your emotions don't scare him because he sees them as part of you, not a problem to fix. This calmness shows emotional safety. He doesn't minimize your feelings or tell you to calm down. He allows space for your emotions to exist without judgment. His steady presence helps regulate the moment, even if he doesn't have perfect words. This behavior reflects care and emotional intelligence. He values the connection more than winning an argument or avoiding discomfort. Staying calm also means he's invested in long-term understanding, not short-term comfort. He wants to support you, not silence you. A man who doesn't care often pulls away or shuts down during emotional situations. But a man who likes you stays present, patient, and steady, showing that your feelings matter to him just as much as you do. 7. He supports your dreams quietly. When a man genuinely likes you, his support doesn't come with loud promises or dramatic speeches. Instead, it shows up in quiet, consistent ways. He listens when you talk about your goals, even the ones that feel unrealistic or far away. He doesn't laugh them off or try to redirect you toward what's easier for him. He encourages you without pressure, offering reassurance when you doubt yourself. Sometimes his support looks like patience, giving you space to grow at your own pace. Other times it's practical, like reminding you of your strengths or helping in small ways without taking credit. Quiet support is powerful because it isn't performative. He isn't doing it to be admired. He's doing it because your happiness matters to him. He believes in your potential, even when you're unsure. This kind of support builds confidence and emotional security. You feel safe dreaming bigger around him. A man who doesn't care may feel threatened by your ambition. A man who likes you wants to see you succeed, even if it doesn't directly benefit him. His steady belief in you becomes a silent foundation beneath your goals. 8. He includes you in his future plans naturally. When a man likes you, you slowly start to appear in his future without formal discussions or labels. He talks about upcoming events, trips, or life goals and casually includes you in them. It doesn't feel forced or dramatic. It feels natural, as if your presence in his future makes sense to him. This shows emotional investment. He isn't just thinking about the present moment. He's imagining continuity with you. Including you in future plans means he values stability and connection. He sees you as someone who belongs in his life beyond now. These mentions may seem small, a concert months away, a family event, or a long-term idea, but they carry meaning. They show that he isn't keeping his life separate from you. He's slowly blending it. A man who doesn't like you avoids future talk or keeps things vague. A man who does like you includes you without hesitation, because in his mind, you're already part of what's next. 9. He mirrors your energy and habits. Mirroring is a subtle psychological sign of connection. When a man likes you, he unconsciously begins to match your energy, tone, and even small habits. He may start using phrases you use, adopting similar routines, or adjusting his pace to match yours. This isn't imitation, it's alignment. Mirroring happens when someone feels emotionally attuned to another person. It shows comfort and familiarity. He feels safe being in sync with you. If you're calm, he softens. If you're playful, he becomes lighter. Over time, this creates a sense of harmony. You feel understood without needing to explain yourself. This behavior often goes unnoticed, but it strengthens emotional bonds. It signals that he's paying close attention to who you are and how you move through the world. A man who isn't interested stays in his own rhythm. A man who is interested naturally adjusts, because connection feels better when you're moving together. 10. He protects you when you're not around. When a man truly likes you, his respect for you doesn't disappear in your absence. He protects your name, your boundaries, and your dignity even when you're not there to see it. This kind of protection isn't about control or dominance. It's about loyalty. If someone speaks unfairly about you, he doesn't stay silent just to avoid discomfort. He corrects the narrative, defends your intentions, or shuts down disrespect calmly. He doesn't entertain gossip about you or allow others to misunderstand you. This shows integrity. He values who you are and feels a sense of responsibility toward your emotional safety. Protecting you when you're not around also means he's consistent. His behavior doesn't change based on who is watching. You don't have to wonder how he talks about you behind your back. A man who doesn't care may stay neutral or detached. But a man who likes you feels connected to your well-being, even in spaces you're not part of. His protection is quiet, firm, and rooted in respect, showing that his feelings are real and stable. 11. He values your opinion more than others. When a man likes you, Your perspective carries weight in his decisions. He seeks your opinion not out of politeness, but because he genuinely trusts how you think. Before making choices, he checks in with you, listens carefully, and considers your viewpoint seriously. Even if he doesn't always agree, he respects your reasoning. This shows emotional closeness. Your thoughts matter to him because you matter to him. He doesn't dismiss your ideas or talk over you. Instead, he pauses, reflects, and sometimes even changes his approach based on what you say. Valuing your opinion also means he feels emotionally safe with you. He allows himself to be influenced, which requires vulnerability. A man who doesn't like you keeps his decisions separate and rarely asks for input. A man who does like you invites your voice into his world. Over time, this creates mutual respect and partnership. You feel seen not just emotionally, but intellectually. 12. He feels affected when you pull away. Emotional distance reveals hidden attachment. When you pull back, becoming quieter, less available, or emotionally reserved, a man who likes you feels it deeply. He notices the shift immediately. He may not always know how to express it, but his behavior changes. He checks in more, becomes more attentive, or grows visibly concerned. This reaction isn't about control, it's about connection. Your absence creates discomfort because he values your presence. He feels the emotional gap and wants to understand it. A man who doesn't care remains unaffected or relieved. But a man who likes you feels unsettled because the bond matters to him. Your energy influences his emotional state. This sensitivity shows attachment and emotional awareness. He wants closeness, not distance, and your withdrawal signals something important to him. Even without words, his response reveals that you hold a meaningful place in his heart and mind. 13. He finds comfort just being around you. When a man truly likes you, your presence alone brings him peace. He doesn't need constant conversation, excitement, or activity to enjoy being with you. Silence feels comfortable, not awkward. Sitting next to you, sharing space, or doing ordinary things together feels grounding to him. This kind of comfort shows emotional safety. He can be himself around you without performing or impressing. Your energy calms him, especially after stressful or exhausting moments. He may seek you out when he needs balance or reassurance, even if he doesn't say it directly. Comfort also means he feels accepted. He doesn't feel judged or pressured to be anything other than who he is. Over time, this creates a deep bond because peace is more powerful than excitement. A man who doesn't like you needs constant stimulation or distance. A man who does like you feels at ease just being near you, because your presence feels like home. 14. He shows consistency instead of grand gestures. Genuine interest is steady, not dramatic. When a man likes you, he doesn't rely on big promises or occasional intense moments to prove his feelings. Instead, he shows up consistently. His behavior doesn't fluctuate based on mood or convenience. He communicates regularly, follows through on what he says, and remains emotionally present over time. This consistency builds trust. You don't have to question where you stand or decode mixed signals. He may not surprise you with dramatic displays, but is reliable in small, meaningful ways. Consistency shows maturity and emotional stability. Anyone can make a grand gesture once, but consistency requires real care. A man who doesn't like you may be exciting but unpredictable. A man who does like you is dependable, calm, and steady. His actions quietly reassure you that his feelings aren't temporary or impulsive. They're intentional. 15. He prioritizes your happiness without telling you. When a man truly likes you, he puts your happiness into consideration without announcing it. He adjusts his behavior, choices, and responses to protect your emotional well-being. He notices what makes you smile and what drains you, and he acts accordingly. This may look like avoiding situations that upset you, supporting what brings you joy, or making small sacrifices without mentioning them. He doesn't keep score or expect praise. His focus is your comfort, not recognition. Prioritizing your happiness also means he respects your boundaries and emotional needs. He wants you to feel safe, valued, and understood. This kind of care is quiet but powerful. A man who doesn't care puts himself first. A man who likes you naturally considers you in his decisions, showing love through actions rather than words.